How do you feel about silver and gold going to the moon? We know silver and gold over any long-term period are outstanding, excellent hedges against inflation. But what do Walmart, Tik-Tok, and Saudi Arabia and China tell us about the long-term future for the price of silver and gold? We have some fascinating issues, some fascinating stories to look at, and then we'll put it all together and see if it supports our thesis for long-term price gains in silver and gold. Thank you for joining me here in the basement. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. So when you're not down here in the basement with me, are you watching TikTok? I don't watch TikTok. My 10-year-old daughters watch it a little bit, but nonetheless, it's another video platform. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's more popular with the younger generation. And what's important about TikTok is a viral video that was posted by a young lady who went to Walmart and bought a set of groceries. What's very interesting is she bought the exact same set of groceries 2 years prior, and those same groceries today cost 50% more. My math says that's 22% per year inflation. So are you like me, a real cheapskate? I believe this TikTok Walmart video because there's actual proof that she shows the price of the goods today were 50% higher. Now, I go on vacation every year to Orange Beach, Alabama with my family, and there's a Walmart grocery store right across the street from the fancy condo that we stay at. We buy a week's worth of groceries. We've been going there for 10 years. It used to cost about $200 to buy a week's worth of groceries. In recent years, the price is easily more like $300 or more. So this 50% price hike over 2 years is absolutely relevant and true. It's a big deal to me that you, yes you, the one and only you, join me here in the basement. Your time's precious. I honor your decision to be here. And by the way, I will not be raising the price of admission, always free, and you are always a gold card holder. I hope you found some camaraderie, some friendship, some value in my video. Please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, share it with whoever you like, your grandma, your friends, it doesn't matter to me, but leave a comment in the comment section below because you matter, your thoughts matter, and we want to learn from you. Gold and silver keep up with inflation on a long-term basis, and it's only going to get worse, guys, because the world is moving away from the dollar. That means the dollar will go down in value. That means prices will continue to skyrocket. Look no further than Saudi Arabia. They've made it very clear they're moving away from the dollar. They're looking at taking payment for oil and other forms of currency, including gold for that matter. Now, what does that mean for the U.S.? Well, the U.S. had dominated the world oil trade, the dollar, right? All the oil that the Middle East sold for decades was only sold in dollars. And this is the big key. And this is not too hard to understand. Trust me, we hear, oh, petrodollar and all these fancy terms. When those Middle East countries sold oil, it was only sold in dollars. When they got those dollars, what do you think they did with them? They bought U.S. treasuries. That enabled the United States to run these huge deficits, rack up all this debt because there was such demand for U.S. treasuries. All that is changing now. Same thing with China. What do you think happened over the last 10, 15 years when China sold us all those goods and products, all that plastic stuff at Walmart, right? They sold those to the United States. They got dollars. What do you think they did with those dollars? They invested them in U.S. treasuries, but even that is changing. I think over the last 3 months, China sold $100 billion worth of their treasury bonds, almost like 12% of their holdings. The world's moving away from the dollar. You know that whole bifurcation, right? The BRICS countries, the Eastern countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they're all slowly moving away from the dollar. As a matter of fact, Goldman Sachs said this on January 20th. They put out a report that the effects of global de-dollarization, the movement away from the dollar, will show up in the coming months. They just said that about a week ago. This isn't going to happen overnight. It could, right? Things could happen suddenly, but most likely this move away from the dollar will be gradual, but it will be significant. It will decrease the value of the dollar. That will provide good support for the price of the precious metals, gold and silver. And I don't want to scare you, but it's a little frightening when you consider the fact that all this is happening within the context of a country, the United States, that has $32 trillion in debt, right? And on top of that, our government continues every year to spend $1 trillion more than they're bringing in revenue. And on top of that, there's like another $100 trillion when you factor in future Social Security, Medicaid payments, military pension payments, another $100 trillion, what do they call those? Unfunded liabilities in the future as well. It's downright frightening to me to protect my family, to protect my wealth. Owning some precious metals, for me that's silver, but owning some precious metals is a smart move. I also own some gold mining stocks. Whatever it is, I want to try to protect my purchasing power and the bit of wealth that I've accumulated. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Your thoughts matter. You matter. As always, I'm delighted, honored that you've joined me here in the basement. Until next time, you be well.